Good morning, everybody. Here I am, fat and not so jolly, but fat. Let's talk about something that's bugging me, and I don't quite understand it. Trump or somebody very close to him must have serious investments in coal, because there's no reason to try and get the military to use coal. Coal's very difficult to transport. It requires rail lines, which would be good. Rail lines are good for the infrastructure, but I don't think that's, it takes a long time to get it from one place to another. It's filthy. It creates problems. But if you're looking for coal mining jobs to come back, they're not coming back. Most of the coal jobs, including the rail delivery and everything else, are done by robots. Or, I don't want to say AI, but intelligent robots and whatnot, machines. It's not done by human beings anymore. So there's no job market there that you're going to, help out or anything like that. It has to be that he's got friends that are deeply invested in it, or from a family standpoint, and they can't really get themselves out of it, and I think that's part of the problem. Have you ever seen, they did Pennsylvania was subject to coal and iron ore or strip mining. Have you ever seen a strip mine? Basically does what it says. It strips the landscape of everything that's usable. Destroys trees, doesn't even save them for lumber. That's another type of strip mining, or strip cutting, where they just cut the trees down and don't replace them. But that's Trump. I've never understood Donald. He loves being a celebrity. He loves being in the news. But I wouldn't want to be in the news for what he's being in the news for these days. He's a filthy scumbag. He's a liar. He's a cheat. He's a criminal. I wouldn't want to be in the news for that. I got a lot of things I'd want to be in the news for. That ain't one of them. I don't know about you. What you know about strip mining and whatnot. It's coal mining's very destructive. All right. Poor people still do it in Kentucky and Tennessee area. And they still have, I don't know what you would call them, they still get black lung disease, and they still have, horrible lives, really. You're never going to get rich. You were never going to get rich being a coal miner. It was a disgusting job that somebody had to do, It's one of the few jobs that Americans, and especially in that part of the country, did by themselves, because they could go out and find coal and sell it and make a living out of it, never getting rich, but just, getting food on the table, stuff like that, But now, I don't think they can even do that, because the machines have replaced the human beings in that field. I don't know what Trump's motive is. When you look around, look overseas. He hates wind. He cancels wind and solar. He's not giving any tax breaks or anything on that stuff anymore. But overseas, they're building the largest wind farm in the world in what's it? Not the North Sea, is it? Is it the North Sea? I'm not sure exactly. I've forgotten where they're building it, but it's England's involved in that. Europe's involved in that, and that should totally reduce the dependency on American and Russian oil. you know. So you're not only are they're just so way ahead of us, you know, and thinking and everything else. But Trump wants the Defense Department to use coal. I don't think they can in a lot of places. I don't think it's an efficient power source. I don't, you know. I don't think I've ever burned real coal. I burned charcoal when I used to barbecue, and then I bought, you know, propane gas because it was a little bit cleaner in the sense that I could do it anywhere, you know. I didn't have to be way outside, and I wasn't annoying the neighbors. Still got the smell of the beef cooking or the chicken cooking, you know. Got the food smell. You just didn't have the coal smoke all over the place, you know, and soot and everything else, you know. Now, Trump's just not smart. You know, he doesn't. I don't know how to say that. He doesn't see the future. He sees his future. He doesn't see the world's future. He doesn't see. He's not good with trends, you know. By the time he got around to investing in casinos, they were old. It had been done. You know, it wasn't something brand new and exciting, you know, that people could run to, you know. And I never saw I never went on the weekends, really. When I went down to Atlantic City, if I went down on a Saturday night or something like that, you know, came back Sunday morning. I never really was big into that, and I just see that, you know, it wasn't a thing for me. But I'm just saying, I never saw big crowds when I went to the Taj Mahal, his casino at the time. I went there a couple of times. I never saw huge crowds. I saw them change dealers every 10 minutes, so you can't get a feel for the dealer or any friendliness at all. It was all very cold and harsh. I told you it was one of the most depressing places I've ever been in, you know. I went to I forget the name of the place we went to in the city itself, in Atlantic City. And we had a really super friendly young lady as our dealer. And we spent a lot of time there. And they would change dealers maybe every 45 minutes or half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And the dealer that came in and replaced her was just as nice, friendly. You know, this wasn't a business. This wasn't like... what was it, Caesars? Caesars was a real depressing place too, because that's all the professional gamblers were. You know, and if the professional gamblers are there, everybody thinks that's where we go to win. Well, you're not a professional gambler, and they're not gambling against the house there. They're gambling privately. In back rooms and stuff like that at Caesars. They're not, you know, playing blackjack. If they are, they're playing at $100 a table, betting $500 a card. I don't know too many people that can compete with that, you know. None of my friends, anyhow. But this attitude towards clean energy, I don't understand that. There's a lot of money to be made there. The wind isn't going to stop tomorrow. Coal is another one of these, is a product, and coal is one of these products there's not an infinite amount of coal out there, just like there's not an infinite amount of oil. So if these people are coming up and they're saying, let's do wind turbines and solar energy to supply our power, especially when the need for power is so great because of these data centers that they're building, the computer power that they need. Now, if you build them on coal that has to be transported to you there, that, you know, to a power plant near you, you're putting them at risk. You know, they could always erect emergency solar panels as the technology improves, you know. And what do you think is going to get us to outer space, to Mars? It's going to be a solar-powered vehicle. And, you know, the power on that ship's going to be solar power. You can't carry enough oil, or you can't generate enough electricity with oil or gas, or sure as hell ain't going to burn coal in space, in the vacuum of space. So what? I don't understand Trump, you know, unless he's looking for a place to put poor people to work, and there isn't work for them. Trump's just not smart, I don't think. You know, I think this is a, if it isn't people that are invested in it, highly invested in it, you know, family businesses and whatnot that are invested in the coal industry, as well as the oil industry. You know, they exist in the oil industry. Well, I have no idea why he's doing this, because it makes no sense. You know, it's just another dumb move by a dumb person. He's not acting on whims, because most of the stuff that he's been doing lately, his family or he personally are making money off of it and hiding it places. I'd love to see Anonymous or another one of the hacking groups, big hacking groups out there, just, you know, rob him blind. Just like, you know, Musk. Musk has ideas, but Musk's ideas are in some cases impractical, in some cases don't make any sense, because he's not an economist. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't, you know, worry about it. So if he's never had to worry about it. And if you don't have to worry about it, like Trump, he's never had to worry about money. So does he care what's going on with people? You know, can't buy health insurance, can't buy this. He doesn't care. He's never had to worry about it. He's never had to worry about the price of it, you know. And when he's out of there, he won't either, because in jail it's all, you know, we pay for it. Won't be the same quality, but we'll pay for it. That's just what happens. That's the life of you know, whatever you want to call us, civilians, you know. Well, oh, and in response to my friend Jim, that was talking to me and said he didn't do any carving, but he likes sculptures. It's basically the same principle. There's various types of carving. All right, you can carve with a chainsaw, you can carve with a hammer and a chisel, you can make them large, you can make them very, very small. It's all up to the person, you know. What I basically do, I don't use a lot of motorized equipment, and even when I do, I still use knives to shape and trim everything. And that's, you know, what I like. I like working with knives, you know. So I think, though, that's a, you know, people that like sculpting would love to see a beautiful wooden carving. You know, and we're going back. I mean, you know, you don't see wooden Indians in front of cigar stores, but they're done by hand. They're not done by machinery. They're worth a ton of money. Bears and stuff that you see people have carved for themselves, you know, elaborate doors and stuff like that. That's all woodwork. They call it woodworking, but in a sense, it's carving. You know, woodworking's the assembly part of it, more or less. Carving's the design. You know, just like a sculptor comes with an idea, a person looks at a block of wood and comes up with an idea. You know, if the tools have been sharper, and if it's quite possible that if a different choice was made, they might have used trees for the Rodin and the Thinker and all those Michelangelo statues and whatnot. They might have used wood. All right. But I don't think they had a way to smooth it down back then. They didn't know how to. Oh, well, anyhow. All right, listen, that's it. I bored myself today, you know. That's kind of hard to do. Anyhow, I know this thing about Cole is very depressing. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell he's up to, because I know he's up to something. Anyhow, I'll keep my eye on it and see what happens. It's been a good day, and it's very hot down here. It's hot and humid. It's going to rain this afternoon, probably thunderstorms down where I am anyhow. Hope the weather's good where you are, and I will talk to you in the morning. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It gives you an alert that I'm coming on, or that there's a video out there so that therefore you can avoid it if you want, if you don't want to watch it. All right, I'm going to go live in a few minutes now, so you guys all take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.